Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Today I will be reacting to the interview Dustin did with Moses. Now let's get into it.
Moses, the man, the myth, and at this point, the legend. That's what's up. It's definitely nice to be in conversation with you, bro. Your name has been such a central part of the conversation surrounding this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. So we definitely thought it was only fair to give you your side and hear what you have to say about just things and your experience with the show in general. So welcome to the conversation today, Moses. How you feeling, man?
Oh, fantastic, man. Thanks for inviting me here to get my point of view. Just ready to get it out.
Hey, love, seen her.
Yeah, for sure, man. And this is not a take down Moses conversation or this is not an attack. This is an open conversation for you to literally just let us get to know who you are as a person, bro. We were introduced to you last season on Love and Marriage Huntsville. We heard about our season prior to last, excuse me. We became familiar with your name through your connection to Destiny, but we need to know who Moses is in general. So aside from that connection to the cast, just talk to us a little bit about your background, where you're from, Moses, and who you are as a person.
Well, my name is Moses. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Right.
North side of town, Walnut Park area. Businessman, entrepreneur. Been an entrepreneur since I was the age of 19. Been on the real estate since I was 19. Got a logistics company now that's doing great.
Okay.
So I just been doing me. I'm an entrepreneur. I done tried a lot of different ventures.
Yeah.
Own liquor stores. I done done it all.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I think it's been a lot of mystery and concern around exactly what it is you do. So when you say you're an entrepreneur, talk to us a little bit about your logistics company now and a little bit just
So let me just start off by saying that I'm great that he did sit down to do this interview with Dustin because we have been kind of wondering like what he did in his past. And so they're going to really get into details about Moses and, what he has going on, past and future.
what you've done previously. I know you said you owned a liquor store, which is a huge accomplishment, right? It's not an easy feat. Talk to us a little bit about the entrepreneur Moses.
Well, I grew up always, entrepreneur. 7, 8 years old, cutting grass. Big family. Grandmama had 9 kids. My mama was one of them. I grew up in the '80s era. A lot was going on. But coming up, I had to help keep the household. So basically, I started my entrepreneur journey there. Something that wasn't right, but I had to do what I had to do. That's what I called it at that time. Not using it as an excuse, but just I wanted better. You know what I'm saying? Started owning property at 19. My grandmother gave me a property, took that, fixed it up, sold it, bought 3 more properties. Just, 2008 came around. I was flipping
That's awesome
properties.
at the age of 19.
Got stuck with a lot of double-digit numbers at that time in the market. I became a landlord, so.
We remember that time for sure.
So I became a landlord, had double-digit properties. So it worked out great, Unfortunately, I took a fall, because I was doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. But I was luckily able to hold on to those properties, while I was gone. And that's
So just in case you didn't catch that, that was his way of saying that he did do some jail time.
what helped me out when I eventually got released,
Yeah.
And transitioned to the logistics game because I was reading up on it, I studied on it, and I knew it was a big business, and I figured I had something to offer big companies. So I didn't get into a few contracts to where it's favorable for me.
Yeah.
It's big tickets. I'm just getting my cut of it. And
Yeah.
Great. Yes, sir.
Well, we love to hear that, man. And I love to hear when people apply their
Very
business acumen
impressive. Love
from
seeing
one
her.
unconventional industry maybe to another. The same effort of strategy and application of theory and things like that. So I think that's really dope, Moses. You,
And I also want to say, like, Destiny has had some really good men come across her life. Like, and she just messed it up. Like, girl, you don't get these opportunities to meet these entrepreneurs that you've had the opportunity to date, marry, whatever the case may be. Like, girl, you should have just stepped up your game and you could have probably held on to one of those men.
Do you have any children?
No children.
Okay, no children yet, right? Because I know you said you on the show. You said it may be any day now. You know that you may be getting some news, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, that's what's up, Moses. Now, we were introduced to you on the show through your relationship at the time with Destiny, who was a cast member at the time, and we weren't necessarily privy to the inner workings of your relationship. We just knew that you were a element in her story or in her life. And now we've got what appears to be a much larger window into exactly what was going on. So, talk to me about the origin of your relationship with Destiny. How long had you all known each other, Moses?
I've known this for about 15, 16 years now.
Okay.
I met her in 2008. I was in a previous relationship. She knew I had a girlfriend at the time. I was in a committed relationship. She chose to still date me at this time. At that time, she worked for the airlines, I think Delta. She used to be able to fly in and out, so she used to come and visit and stay a weekend. It turned on to be multiple times. We came to friendship like
Hey, kicking it with Courtney.
benefits type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, she came to St. Louis, see how I was living, seeing my entrepreneur spirit, seeing what I was doing. And she liked it. She liked, for you to be a young man, you really handling yourself well, taking care of yourself. So it became a friendship, with benefits, even though I had a girlfriend at the time and she knew that. So she pretty much been my side chick for 15 years.
Wow. Okay.
Now let's stop there. Now, he didn't say wife. Moses said that he had a girlfriend. So we all heard that she was a side chick while he was married to his wife. But he did confirm for us that Destiny was his side chick for 15 years. Okay.
So when you met Destiny, because I think a lot of the gray area surrounding your relationship kind of roots in the origin of it, right? I think that people were kind of confused on how the role that you all played in each other's lives initially, because I think initially the story we were presented with was that you all were kind of like friends back in the day who were starting a budding romance. But to clear that up, you've always had a romantic connection with Destiny ever since you all had come to know one another.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there wasn't necessarily a pivot.
Hey, camera girl. How are you doing today?
It was just went to Atlanta one time. I think it was So Deaf weekend or the Bronner Brothers Hair Show. I used to go every year.
Okay.
I was living my life, a couple of my friends going down. I met her through a friend, that knew one of her friends. When she seen me, it was kind of like an instant attraction. She wanted to get with me. She wanted to holler at me. So I ended up giving her my number. Like I said, she worked for Delta. So I think I came back maybe a week or two later, she flew in.
Okay.
It continued, She knew I had a girlfriend at the time. It didn't matter at the time. She was just like, she wanted to be around me, She liked my energy.
Okay. And so that went on. You all had just a casual, relationship where you spent time together. Did that kind of go in like waves, or was it consistent from all 15 years that you've known Destiny?
Went in waves,
Okay. Okay, but more time was spent on than off, you would say.
Like, how exactly does that work? For 15 years, what, like, he just calls you when he's bored, lonely, he's mad at his girlfriend slash wife. Like, how does that actually work? Like, you have to be a very, like, very insecure individual to put up with that type of interaction with a man who already is in a relationship.
So I say both.
Because we grown, right? We know how these relationships work. You have acquaintances where you encounter people in life, and you all have a connection. And sometimes, you see each other when you see each other, and it's all good. And then you go back and live your regular life, and it doesn't negate the integrity of the connection. You know what I mean? It's just like we're adults, and you see each other when you see each other, and that's the nature of your relationship. So was it kind of like that, or was it like
That's a long time, camera
dating,
girl.
but there's interruptions? You know what I'm saying?
I was more like when we see each other,
Yeah.
we catch back up, we'll catch up, we'll get each other number again.
Okay.
It was always love, for his friendship.
Yeah.
You know about things that going on in her family. She knew a couple of my friends, things that happened to them. So she'll reach out, I heard this, hope you feel all right, how's your hope?
So it seems like that Destiny was also in other relationships as well. So they were just hooking up outside of their current relationships. That's what it sounds like to me.
Stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And so,
Because I can't see Destiny being single for 15 years straight.
you knew Destiny prior to, obviously, if you've been in a relationship with her for 15 years as friends. You knew her prior to her marriage, her previous marriage, and then after, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what was you all's connection like during the time that she was, dating her ex and married to her ex-husband?
Well, I reached out to her one time.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me that she was engaged in a relationship.
Okay.
So I respected that.
Yeah.
We talk as friends at this moment, and she was like, send me some pictures. I looked at them, I'm like,
Okay.
I looked at him, and in my mind, that ain't the type of guy that Destiny's attracted to or used to.
Really?
So I told.
Now, do you guys believe that he just reached out to Destiny or whatever the case may be, and they didn't hook up while she was engaged to her now ex-husband, LeBarrett? I believe that they hooked up during the period while she was engaged and maybe even married to LeBarrett. But that's just my opinion. And then when he saw LeBarrett, he said that he automatically knew that that wasn't the type of guy that she was attracted to.
Myself that, to myself, like, I don't think that's all,
What did you see that was different?
Pretty much
that you
hitting it
knew
with Courtney.
her interest to typically be?
She like pretty much hip dudes,
Yeah. In the mix a little bit.
mix type dudes,
Yeah.
In the mix
Her
type
ex was
dudes.
not that per what you saw.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So
That's what I heard too, Love Seen Heard. She was with LeBarrett for some years before they got married. Like they were also doing the long distance relationship thing. So I think she had multiple long distance relationship going at the same time.
was pretty much an indicator of what you foresaw maybe the future of that relationship being.
Yes, sir.
Exactly, kicking it with Courtney.
Okay, wow. Now, do you know, are you connected to anybody else on the cast other than, well, of course, your wife, Destiny, your wife, Sunny, excuse me,
You see how
and your
Dustin got tripped up.
relationship with Destiny? Were you connected to any of the other cast members on Love and Marriage Huntsville, or were those the only two that you knew?
I knew more so. I met more so.
Yeah.
I met Maurice before. I met Stormy when she came. They came down from Melanie.
Okay.
Monica.
All the low life
I
people.
met Stormy husband. I met Tiffany, and I met her husband.
Okay.
With the exception
cool.
of Tiffany and
So,
her
what
husband.
was your connection like with Maurice and Marceau, particularly because we saw on last week's episode, you all had a sit down conversation kind of pertinent to your experience, taking on this new relationship with Sunny, and of course, kind of the conversation surrounding that. It appeared to that reflected like a more of a connection or like a previous friendship. Did you all have some sort of connection that would kind of warrant that conversation, or was that just a discussion you decided to have?
No, we men more so reach out from time to time.
Yeah.
Talk, about business. He let me know when I come to Huntsville. He let me know things he got going on. Let me know what I got going on in St. Louis. Maurice the same. I come down talk about sports. I went on a date with him before him and his wife.
Okay.
Get together when I was with Destiny. Okay. So I been around these guys enough to have a connection. Then our Midwestern connection brings us together. We can talk about some things.
For sure. I'm a Midwesterner too. I'm from Michigan. So I totally get the vibes, man. I just thought that was interesting because it's very personal. I think that there's a line that has to be followed here, right? Because we're talking about a relationship between two married people, okay, which is very personal, very private, very specific and unique to two people. And I think a lot of opinions and a lot of judgments per se, and just a lot of perspectives are being added to the mix of something really personal. So I thought it was dope that you are willing to be that vulnerable and open, and have a conversation like that surrounding your business, essentially, on the show. You know what I mean? Talk to me about what influenced you to tell your story this season and participate in the show this season, Moses.
Look, first and foremost, I want to come on here and protect my wife, because my wife is a genuine, caring, loving person. She'd give anybody anything. And she was totally professional. I met her totally, we started talking totally after she was off the show. Totally she was done. I'm gonna give away this.
Now she is
$4,000. Wait, no,
really putting pressure on him to clear her name.
$4,000 with Destiny. It was afterwards. So for me to have to come on this show, I want to come on the show just to speak up for her, because she did right by Destiny when she's producing her. I don't know what people saying about the friendship, but all I know they had a work relationship. Every time I was ever around Destiny and she talked about Sunny, my wife, it was business. It was business. Destiny came to St. Louis plenty of times. She called other people. I never heard her say, let me call Sunny, hang out. It never was that. When it comes to the point now that, she was my friend, I just don't get it.
You didn't see that. Okay, so that's really eye-opening to kind of what made everyone involved kind of feel confident in the decisions that they were making moving forward, right? Because that's a big question.
Hey, Linda Gamble.
Moses, specifically for you. I think that people on the outside looking in, the viewers, will assume that there was a moment, and maybe you can clear this up for us now.
Hey,
right?
Phyllis Crawford.
There was a moment, and I think this is what people kind of take issue with, okay? I think that people assume there was a moment where you willfully made a conscious choice to say, hey, I'm going to pursue Sunny, even though I know it's going to hurt Destiny. People feel like that was a decision that you made. You chose Sunny over Destiny in your history or any assumed loyalty that you may have had. Talk to me about that space in the timeline specifically, and we'll get back to kind of how things went in order. But just that specific point, I think, is what kind of is influencing people's perspectives, viewers' perspectives on the situation. They feel like that would reflect maybe like a callous nature or like some sort of disloyalty to Destiny. Talk to me about what influenced you to choose to pursue a relationship with Sunny, all things considered.
See, first and foremost, I never met my wife or got with my wife to hurt Destiny. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder, have your opinion about Moses changed? Because we all thought that he didn't know how to speak. And he's doing well in this interview. So I think he's kind of changing the opinion that we had of him about the fact that he didn't know how to speak in public.
I go back again to say, I haven't seen Destiny since January the 3rd. I haven't seen her all year. All year. Okay. So after my birthday situation, that's another time I didn't see her. So I had a conversation with Destiny, and I said, we should just go back to being friends, because I gave you a chance to be exclusive. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. You didn't show up. No matter what you said about me, you didn't show up. I showed up for you. I did what I could. But you wanted to be famous, okay? So moving down the line, I'm outside.
So I thought that was quite interesting that he said that he gave Destiny a chance to be in a relationship, but she wasn't showing up. So he just told her that they should just go back to being friends.
A little bit. I'm dating a little bit. I see in July, I see my wife. I pull up on her. She
Kicking and recording says, I think he spoke well. He just made his own word synced. Laugh out loud. Absolutely.
talking business. She knows some of the business people I know. She's talking business. What she do? So I pull up on, we have a conversation, talk about some real estate. End up getting her number. You know,
Love Seeing Her says he realized he needed to speak up. You think she gave him lessons or maybe she taught him how to speak up because she seems like that type.
it's strictly business at this time. So I give her a call August. You know, give her another call. I like her
Hey,
conversation.
CDW.
Pull up on her. You know, I like a conversation where she's going. So I told her I want to meet her one day. I like want to meet up with you. You know, she's like, "What for?" You know, she waited another day and said, "I'll meet up with you." So when I meet up with her and we have a conversation, I'm like, "I like what you're doing. I like what you got going. You match my drive. You know, I understand. You know, I know you used to be a producer. I used to be a boyfriend, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Maybe we can do something together." You know. She's like, "No, my wife."
Can y'all imagine that? You know, he laid it thick on Sunny. Like she could not resist.
First thing she's like, "No." She felt some type of way. She like it might be a setup or something like that for the show or something like that. I remember her saying something of that nature. But after a few days, my wife called me back, said, you know, I weighed my options. You know, I know her, but she just an associate. You know, I know associate. You could.
Kicking it with Courtney said, no, I think he plays background. The ladies like TV more, so they are more vocal. That's probably true. And also, he said that with Destiny, he wasn't really interested in being famous and being on TV or whatever. That was more her thing. But I think with Sunny, he did it to just kind of like please her and clear her name. Phyllis Crawford said, Sunny appears to be the dominant one in the marriage. Just my opinion. And I would totally agree. She has a lot of the same qualities as Destiny, but I believe Sunny just knows how to play the game. Kicking it with Courtney said, Moses fine and childless. Girl, he's a catch. Let me tell you.
Be my future husband. You know, I like what you got going. You know, so we date August through September.
Exactly.
That's it
Phyllis.
at all. Just texting. You know, I'm texting, just texting because I know 15 years. You know, making sure she okay. You know, just checking in because I know she's going through things kind of unstable. So October came around. Me and my wife made it official.
And let me just say this. He really felt bad for Destiny. And at the end of the day, he seems to be a really nice guy because he continued to check on Destiny, even though he didn't see a relationship with her, just because he knows she was going through some things and he just wanted to be there to support her because he had known her for 15 years. So that was very honorable of him, in spite of everything else.
Mm-hmm. And during this time, Destiny still calling me. I mean, not calling me, texting me, trying to get in. It's over with. It's over with at this time. So when she said it was over and she chose her in August, I never got that text. I never got that text. She always called and text, but I quit texting her completely in October when I made the conscious decision that my wife is everything I need.
Yeah.
I said, this is the one for me.
Yeah.
Because to me, Destiny is not wife material. You know, she's not wife material.
He said, Destiny is not wifey material. Love Seen Her said, I think Sunny knows when to fall back. Yeah, she knows how to play the game. Like, she's going to know when to fall back. Exactly.
She got issues that she need to, you know, we're not trying to, but.
All right. This is, we're not here to bash that.
Yeah. My wife is just,
yeah.
Justin jumped in really quick to defend Destiny.
Her drive, the way she get up, the way she go, the way she's, you know, business oriented, the way she, you know, everything, all that's fine to me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all I'm concerned about. I ask God to let me find the right woman. Now, I've been through stuff too. You know, I've been through divorce. So I learned from things to where, yeah, I was dating around, but I had to find the one. I think I'm a handsome guy. Women like me. I like pretty women at that time. So I dated. But when I found the right one,
Wow.
that's what I did. Because everybody.
He said he likes pretty women at that time. I hope that ain't no shade to Sunny.
you know, and it's what it is.
Pursues your wife. So and listen, that makes sense. You know, people are drawing chemistry. You know, and people have some different similarities and different things in common. And sometimes you just are better paired with other people. You know, that's just life. Um, I think that a lot of people had questions about the timeline, right? Because when it comes to like relationships overlapping or there just being maybe the gray area that we all know definitely exists when you are transitioning in and out of relationship with people. I think a lot of people have identified the timeline as a way of implicating blame per se, or implicating, you know, who kind of pushed the dominoes over in this case. So let's just get back to the timeline just a little bit so you have an opportunity to just kind of clear all of that up
Before we
for
get
the
into
people
the
that are new on the
timeline,
show.
love seeing her say, I can believe that because she was okay to be a side chick for 15 years. She could have stayed one if he was okay with it. And I would agree with that. I mean, she seemed like she would have signed up to be a side chick for life. Like, who does that? Kicking it with Courtney said she'll be one again when she cool off. I'm gonna have to agree with you when you're right. Kicking it with Courtney.
Who have those questions. You said that you had kind of stopped your regular communication with Destiny, or seeing Destiny in January of last year, correct?
23.
Yeah, 23. And so between January of 23 and the time that you met your wife Sunny in August, or reconnected with your wife Sunny, and not even reconnected, connected with your wife and Sunny in August. So you and Destiny had not seen each other in those 8 months at all, correct? Now, when was your birthday, Moses?
It's in April.
In April. I'm an April 10th. Yeah, I'm April 10th. So what was it about?
Even Moses had to laugh at that because he been bringing that birthday up every interview.
Oh, I guess what was
So
your
everybody knows
expectation
she
of
missed his
Destiny at the
birthday at
time that
this
your
point.
birthday came around that did not happen, and how did that impact your dealings with her at that time?
It's not just that. It's a
Mm-hmm.
thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She was going through a lot, man. I was trying to help her out, you know, in
Yeah.
certain situations, get her on even playing field, you know, because
Are you speaking?
Let me ask y'all this. Do you guys think that she was a side chick for 15 years because he was sending her money on a regular basis? Even though she wasn't seeing him like he would have liked her to see him, I think that he was still sending her money all of that time. And that's why she was playing the side chick for 15 years. What do you guys think?
Thinking about financially, Moses?
financially
Okay.
just
Yeah.
get on the ball, you know, because
Yeah.
you're traveling around with everybody want to be famous, chasing fame, but it's not making sense. You know,
Okay.
it would be somebody flying you to an event, getting your hair and makeup done, but what else they put in your pocket? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
kicking it
when
with
it come to
Courtney.
me being
Birthdays are a
me
big
and say,
deal.
I gotta do
Can't
this,
miss
I
the
gotta do that,
birthdays.
and I'm looking out. It's like, what you want to do, get yourself together or just have fame? And when it comes to Madani, I'm telling her, I said, you know, you don't own this building. So when is the cutoff date if you don't get to own it? Because I don't have no problem helping you at the time put the suites in there.
Mm-hmm.
Business on myself. If I don't own
Always
the building, I'm
begging.
not putting that in. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So she studied fighting hard with that. Another situation came up. I think about the property. I think they split the equity or whatever, but she didn't want to go down in price to get the property sold, take her cut. I said, I told her, I'm like, sometimes you gotta lose to win. You know, to get
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
can't be like Fred Flintstone, you know, feet tapping the ground. You gotta get on the ground, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't build a foundation if you ain't on solid ground. I'm too old to be playing, you know.
I mean, I think he doing a little bit too much to try to defend his wife. Like he is telling all of Destiny's business. Like I think he doing a little too much, honestly.
Yeah.
So I gave her a shot. You know, it's just that she hold accountability. She didn't come to see me. She just wasn't trying to put nothing to stand on and move forward, you know, to grow. And when it comes to that, it's just like it's time out for that. So to me, I think we just in April I made a decision, like we just go back to being friends with benefits at this time.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits.
So between so it sounds like it was a combination
And I'm sure Destiny was okay with being friends with benefits because I'm sure she was getting some benefits, which is money because she is always begging.
of things that kind of maybe change the way that you view Destiny and maybe some of her decision making, right? And that's important when it comes to talking about like a life partner. You and Destiny were talking about future plans and we're in a relationship. And so it sounds to me like what you're saying is that there were some fundamental differences when it came to the way that you all approach business and just priorities and things like that. And the way that Destiny was handling her business or maybe not handling her business, did that impact did it change the way that you saw her after a 15-year
Yep,
friendship?
sure
Yes,
did.
sir. Because it's like, when you going to get it?
Yeah.
You playing a victim. You know, your pain is motivation. You know, you gotta grow. Kill them with success. You know what? You know, I've been through things too, but I don't let that stop me from going. I'm going to get another contract. I'm gonna prove you wrong. You tell me you're gonna get yes over here.
Yeah.
That's what I tell her, but she the victim. She the victim.
How did things change from because again, this is not a I don't
So Moses also confirmed what we all think about Destiny is that she's always playing the victim. That's the only thing that her rebuttal to everything is she makes herself a victim in every situation.
feel like in order to tell your story, we have to tear down Destiny to
I'm
the
not trying.
conversation, right? I don't believe you are either. And so, but I can sense a difference in the way that I can sense that there is maybe something happened to kind of change the tone amongst you all right now. What was the shift that made you kind of change the way
Hello,
you look at
Melanin
Destiny as
Beauty.
far as feeling as if you have to defend yourself or defend your wife Sunny in that case? What was the pivot from being we have a 15-year friendship with benefits at
That's true love
times
seen hers.
and we are in that mode with one another where we kind of look out for each other and you were even supporting her financially through some of her hardships. How do we pivot then, Moses, into opening the conversation with the fact that Destiny chose to be in relationship with you while she knew that you had another partner. So how do we shift? How does the conversation go? The tone of conversation go from I'm willing to help you through your hard times to now you were here under false pretenses from the beginning. What pivoted to make you feel like you had to defend yourself in that way when you speak about your relationship with her?
It's just that she's on a bash mission. You know, she ain't saying all the good things I have done or the things that my wife has done.
Mm-hmm.
She's going straight off to what she fumbled the ball and she want to blame everybody else. I already said I was guilty with communication. Only reason I didn't want to communicate to her because I wanted to make sure it was real with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hurt her just to hurt her. You know, but when married,
Melanin Beauty said it sounds like she doesn't listen to people when they try to help her and doesn't take accountability for what she does. Absolutely. She has a nasty attitude, and the same people that try to help her, she always comes back with attitude, that big D energy, instead of allowing people to help her, when they have the knowledge to be able to help her. Like you said, she just don't want to listen. Hey, Toot Latrice. Kicking it with Courtney said he has every right to not want a financially unstable relationship. Ooh, amen. Where is where it is all take no give, that's not fair just because he is a man. I totally agree. And that's exactly how I was feeling about this situation. Like he didn't want her because she was broke and she wasn't trying to get to the bag. Angie B. Lee said, so is Melody going to be blamed for her getting locked up? Girl, why did you come back to the show? You embarrassing yourself. Confront a man who didn't choose you. Exactly, Angie B. She's going out here doing all these interviews, making herself look really bad. And he said she wasn't financially stable. He went with the woman who was financially stable. Exactly. And Melanin Beauty says she blames them even after they have helped her. Like her husband let her stay in the house for 2 years and she's still taking him back and forth to court, or he's taking her because she's not doing the right thing.
It is what it is. I gave my choice, you know. I know she's going through things, so I'm guilty of that. But the way she's bashing and keeping it going, I don't like it. We trying to bash my wife, act like they was friends. It don't sit right.
So when you were dating Destiny in relationship, let's get to the part that a lot of people feel like is the most gray area, right? Which is any sort of contact, communication that you may have had with your wife, Sunny, during your relationship with Destiny, right? Talk to me about any times that you, like the first time that you encountered Sunny while you were in relationship with Destiny. Was there an attraction? Did you even really notice Sunny at that time, or what was that experience like for you? You know, just speaking honestly as a man, what was your experience like when you met Sunny while you were in relationship with Destiny? Because I think
That was
is
a
the
good
spot
question.
that is in question for a lot of people. And I think that that's influencing what some people's current perspectives of you and the choices that you guys have made in your relationship may be. So clear that up for everybody, Moses. What was your interaction with Destiny or interaction with Sunny like during your relationship with Destiny?
Well, the first time I ever heard of my wife was when Destiny came to visit me one time. She said, "I'm requesting a new producer."
Okay.
Sample was her name is Sunny. I said I might know her, you know, because I'm known in St. Louis, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked, I heard the name before, but I never really saw her. You know, I might maybe saw her in passing or seen her in passing, you know. So the next time I heard of her, she was bringing Destiny to St. Louis.
Okay.
For the Monica concert.
Okay. Yeah.
So I went to the concert and I met her. You know, she gave me a wristband to get into the concert. Sunny went her way. Destiny went to the back, got dressed. She performed, came out. She chilled with me for a while, and then we got out of there. You know, so that's the second time. Yeah, well, that's the first time we really seen her.
Mm-hmm.
Then I met her one more time. She came by a dinner that I had for Destiny for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped by, you know, we ate. Then
See, that's why he's so mad because he had a dinner for Destiny for her birthday and she didn't show up at all for his birthday, probably because she didn't have any money as usual.
left, and then that was the last time I seen Sunny until I encountered
August.
Yeah, it's 23.
Yep. Okay. So during those times, you know, was there an attraction at present, or was there any sort of spark, connection, anything, or was it just a casual meeting and passing, just like happens all the time?
It was a casual meeting and passing. You know, I was Destiny at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at Sunny no type of way at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, and so that was just how you all met. And then, so when you connected in August, what was different about that meeting besides the status of your relationship with Destiny, right? What was it during that first meeting in August that made you kind of look at Sunny differently, or kind of just, you know, cause the question in your mind of maybe I'm interested in that, or maybe I want to explore this connection further?
This is after we conversated a few times. I got her number in July.
Mm-hmm.
See, she was talking business. We both was talking business about real estate, about one or two properties. And I said, you know, we need to get each other numbers, catch up and talk. So we talked. I called her a few times, I think in August. We had a conversation. And I said, I like the conversation. I like she work out, the way she get up every day, the way she handle her business, you know. Then I even heard certain other things going on where she's handling her business.
Yeah.
So I gave her a call like we need to meet up, you know. At this time,
Hey, Lala.
Okay.
How you doing today?
This time.
Yeah.
When I put up on, you know, nice, flat, you know. So she came out, she didn't have she was toned down, you know, she wasn't, I think probably like a little son, but she was toned down, like
Yeah.
good. So she was like, "What's this meeting about? What you want to see me about?" And I just let her know, like, I like your style. I like, how you carry yourself. For the way you carry yourself and your business acumen, I feel like we can really do some things together.
Doing
You
good,
know,
Lala.
I'm single. I don't have any kids. She didn't have any kids, so I'm like, maybe we have some here.
Let's get
She
it
like,
popping.
she kind of like this might be some type of TV thing, like, to set me up. I'm like, no, it ain't like that. Like I say, and I told her, I said, man, Destiny ain't working out. I don't see no, She's like, no, and she just said, all right, we kind of broke it off. I said, well, I shot my shot.
Yeah.
So a couple of days later, I guess she prayed on it. She called me. She said I had a talk with some accountable partners. They were just a business friend, business relationship. So I don't owe her nothing like that. You could be my future husband. So we gave it a shot. And that's just what it is. But at that point, I think I should have let Destiny know.
You think?
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure that it was what it was.
That there was even something to let her know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what was your communication or the frequency of your communication like with Destiny at that time in August because your relationship with Sonny kind of materialized between August and October of 23, right? So what was your communication like at that point in August with Destiny?
Mostly like good morning, just good morning.
Still communicating.
I acknowledge her every day, just
staying in communication.
Yeah. Because I wanted her spirit to stay high,
Yeah.
For her it's it's just different things come out every day, lawsuits, this, that, from what I every time getting issued. And so I just try to, and then her dad was going through something too at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why everybody feel like that he could potentially cheat with Destiny on Sonny is because you're just always so concerned about Destiny. Like your wife don't want you to communicate with Destiny at all. Like, why were you still communicating with Destiny? You just can't let it go. So I really do see them cheating and hooking up in the future.
Just keeping her in good spirits, but I knew at the time that it just, but I still looked at her. I knew her 15 years.
Yeah.
I want the best for her.
Let it go. Let it go, Moses.
Yeah.
I gave her all the advice I really could give her, and she's not taking my advice. It's like she's moving. Ain't nothing I can do. I asked to come to see me. What can I do? At this point.
So it sounds like the timing was coincidental, right? It sounds like at the time which we've all been through that stage of kind of weaning out of a relationship and transitioning out gradually, right? You start having thoughts and you start thinking, maybe I feel a little differently about this now. And it'll affect the frequency of communication. It may lessen, or you may, show up a little bit less, and you gradually ease your way out of the relationship. So that's the stage that you were at with Destiny at that point, correct?
So,
Lala said Moses can't talk or articulate properly. That's what we've been saying, Lala, but he's actually doing a little bit better in this interview than he's done in the past. But yeah, I do agree.
Just while you were open to the new connections, it wasn't just Sonny, it could have been anybody that you had connected with at the time.
But I never told anybody that I was in a relationship. The new dates I was going on.
Really, Lala? Lala said he only saw her for the show, but I doubt he will cheat with her. Lala, he cheated with her for 15 years. So I think it's a little bit more than the show that he was after. Love Seen Hurt said, sounds like he felt sorry for her, but remember, Destiny is a great master manipulator. Totally agree. Love Seen Hurt.
They knew of Destiny. This before my wife.
Yeah.
So it's like I never misled him.
Right.
So I cut a couple people I cut them loose. This one I'm with my wife. So that's just what it is,
So I think
another
thing, and thank you for that clarity, because I think that was a big piece of the puzzle for most of the viewers. I feel like there was a space where you were misleading.
But they don't really get paid a lot.
on a connection with Destiny while you were pursuing
Now
Sonny,
she's
and that
broken,
never
broken.
happened, correct, Moses?
Never happened. That never
Yeah.
happened. Because when me and my wife committed to each other in October,
Mhm.
cut all communications. Cut all communication. And we moved forward.
So, what was the difference? I
So Moses, I just got one question for you. So why did you take off your ring when you met up with Destiny? That wasn't no coincidence. I mean, you did that on purpose because you didn't want Destiny to feel some kind of way. You took your ring off.
saw that at Carlos King, shout out to our boy Carlos, at his live podcast in Huntsville. There was a conversation that they saw him
Just not
on
with her.
stage.
Okay.
And a part of the conversation was about showing up for your wife or showing up for Sonny in ways that were a little bit different from what we saw when you were with Destiny. Going back to that time, right, when you were in relationship with Destiny, was it a conscious decision on your behalf not to maybe be so present in her story on the TV? And if so, why? Like, why was it that we didn't see maybe as much of you during that time?
Because I really knew that Destiny wasn't the one. I had another engagement at that time too. Two companies was merging.
Okay.
I would sometimes through a curious company, I partner with them.
Okay.
Honestly, that was even honorable. He didn't want to film with her for the show because at that point he had realized that Destiny was not wifey material. So he didn't want the world to think that he was in a relationship with Destiny because he wanted to explore some other options. Kicking it with Courtney says, agree. Destiny is a professional victim. He seemed to be just a nice guy while still slick, keeping his options open. There you go. Kicking it with Courtney. And Lala said, facts, the worst kind. And Love Seen Her said, production.
And we had a contract, decent sized contract, get a nice piece of it. So, like I said, instead of being famous, I'd rather get the money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to get the money.
Because people make some things up like, he just want TV, he just want fame. I don't care about, because I could have came to the reunion, done that. But that's not really my.
Well, that makes sense. He didn't want people to think that he was with Destiny because he wanted to be on TV. He wanted to be on the show. So that makes a lot of sense that he didn't want to film with her because he probably knew that people would just think that he was with Destiny for the fame of it all.
Forte.
Why should use a Sleep Number smart pad?
Can I get past this commercial?
Correct my side.
But I gotta show up for my wife.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different. This is my wife. This is the person I'm spending the rest of my life with. This is the person I'm attracted to. This is the person that loves me unconditionally. This is the person that show up for me. And I gotta show up for her. I gotta protect her because this is her career. My wife is a producer. She got her own stuff going on. Her own series on Tubi. I gotta plug that too. Sunshine.
Plug it. Yeah.
Sunshine series. Go see it. Go check it out on Tubi. Streaming now. Sunshine 2 is in the it's getting made as we speak. It's filming is getting made as we speak. So just support my wife, just a breath of fresh air for me. Come from where I'm come from. She got a different life, man.
Yeah.
Just a different life. Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to ask you guys is, have your opinion of Moses changed since he did this interview with Dustin? Put that in the chat for me if your opinion of Moses has changed since this interview.
And that's my blessings, and I'm a light for her, We just compliment each other with.
Do you feel like you and Sonny kind of, because according to the viewers of the show, right, per their view, per their perspective, we didn't find out about your relationship with Sonny until you guys were married, a married couple. Now, was there an intention on your behalf or you and Sonny's behalf as a unit to not be so public with your relationship while you were dating? Or did it just go down? Like, did you all keep your relationship private during that time?
Lala, which part was
Okay, now
suspicious?
talk to me about what influenced that. Like, what made you guys want to keep your dating experience private?
That's just for me. That's the type of person I am. Um, I just wanted to keep it private anyway because I knew how people would look at the
Oh,
situation.
the
People don't want to know.
ring.
So
Absolutely.
once we got married, I knew it was gonna come to a head to where people
Yeah.
would know. But I can't. Then my wife like she wanted to post. That was her happy day. That was my happy day. My family was, because only close time. It was small.
Mhm.
We planned the wedding again this year, big wedding. So
Okay.
So, guys, they're planning a big wedding for this year. Love Seen Heard said, now, what would he have been able to plug for Destiny? Criminal charges? That's about it. And Love Seen Heard said that I have changed my view. Okay, got it. And yes, the ring part, la la.
we kept it just small. But when the family wanted to put it out, my wife wanted to put it out. I can't say nothing about that. And that's when the blogs found out. That's when it took a twist. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Hmm.
God put us together for a reason. I knew, what I've been through in life. I knew the type of woman I wanted. Somebody I can build with. Like, be blessed. So man, when a man finds a wife, man, he finds a good thing. And
That's what
I'm,
it says.
I'm just so happy, bro. Like because it ain't too many
This
with
seemed like
that
a
front,
different
man. Because some
person.
people got different problems in different areas. The way they got so much big energy. That, but you gotta be a woman. You can't, always be with the wrong right.
Lala said, I wish them the best in their marriage. And yes, Lala, you also said that on Queen Sheba. So you pretty much stayed, with the same opinion of Moses and Sonny the whole time. So that's a good thing because he has really shed a lot of light with this interview. And I personally think that I also have a different opinion about him as well.
You gotta be a woman, understand your man, understand your husband, understand where you can help him at. And I do the same, so
Yeah. While still presenting the tenacity in business and the drive, that's
yes,
a part of the package too.
yes,
You like it sounds like you're saying you like the balance
yes,
of a
sir.
partner who knows how to fully operate within the confines of being in a relationship while also exhibiting the boss energy in business, the boss energy in their professional life.
Yes,
Sounds like that's what
Lala.
you want.
Yes, sir.
I think what people
And
need to hear you say, Moses, to really get it is that it's
and
simply,
I respect
again,
him for
you
that,
tell me
Lala.
if this is the case, because I don't want to speak for you, right? But it sounds like it's simply a case of you have a stronger connection and a different motivation to be in a relationship with your wife, Sunny, than you had with Destiny. It's just a different desire, a different relationship. And it just simply is different.
And you could have said it better. Like I want to say it like that, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
said it.
That's what it
So I
sounds like.
really appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it sounds like you have a lot of respect for the institution of marriage, right? Because you mentioned that you wanted to show up and be present
Yes,
for your wife, and
Dustin.
that you're existing and operating differently as a husband than you were as a boyfriend or a date for someone else.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Moses seemed like a really nice guy. He seems like he was raised correctly, even though he had some hiccups. I mean, he just seems like a country boy, very respectful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He just seems very respectful. Lala said, marriage is a good thing. I just want them to keep it private and leave the show. That's exactly what I was texting Sunny when she was on Queen Sheba. Girl, you need to get off that show and protect your marriage. It's not worth it for those little bit of coins. Yes, he wanted a woman to build a life with.
And so talk to me about the future for you and Sunny, man. What do you want for the future? What do you see? What's next for you guys, Moses?
Family, kids, bigger businesses. We
Yeah.
we we bounce stuff off each other. We growing like every day is something new for us. It's like it's a good journey. And I'm learning her more. and I see what she been going through with the, with her. But that's her journey to tell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
talk
yeah.
too
But like I
much.
say, I'm happy. I'm loving every moment of it.
Don't tell her business like you
It ain't
did
always
Destiny.
all good, I
Mhm.
got
Yeah,
stuff from my past. Yes. Got a little trauma out of it, so
yeah,
she's working with me on that. She let me know that we need to get better.
It's a great thing when you meet somebody and you don't have any kids and they don't have any kids and you're on the same page. You're both entrepreneurs and you can build together and start a family. That is awesome.
Yeah, be cool, and that's what I need, bro.
yeah,
And I kind of put it on point from my point of view too, with certain situations. You got to be more cautious. Got to be more aware of your surroundings, things like that.
yeah,
It's on point. So it's just we sharpening each other up to where we come as one and be strong as ever. So I love it, man. I love it.
yeah. How do you like being this involved in the cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville? Are you enjoying your time in the mix of the story like this?
Yes, sir. Some things get to me because it seems like people don't know me.
Yeah.
I say it is what it is. As long as my wife the people around me know,
Well, we know
they
you
ain't calling
not
me Moses for
Moses.
nothing. I civilize a lot of people. People know me. I represent for people from, I'm to career village, so
Yeah,
I'm good for them, for the people that know me, man.
yeah,
I'm in high standards, stamp certified, and that's all I can say, 10 toes down, and I'm been that way all my life.
yeah. I admire that, bro. Now, as a part of the cast, right, and as someone who has very clearly defined perspectives when it comes to men, I have to get your opinion right on one of the things that's been going on with the cast this season, and that is the fallout of Martell Holt's recent arrest for the threat of revenge porn and all of that that's been going on with that story. Even though you're not a part of that, what are your thoughts, Moses, on the breakdown of Martell and Melody's divorce as far as that part is concerned and someone being exhibiting that sort of behavior toward a spouse or toward an ex-spouse as a champion of marriage and as someone who feels like a husband is supposed to protect and stand in the gap for their wife? How do you feel about what you're seeing, just as a viewer and as a castmate on the show? How do you feel, Moses?
To me, I just feel like, Martell dropped the ball.
Okay.
You bring your wife on national TV as a power, strong couple. You come on the couple kids. I don't know the situation with him and his Melanie.
Yeah.
Where I heard him say one time, I think she wasn't doing what he needed her to do.
Okay.
And the other lady,
Something like what you said,
I don't know
Moses.
maybe they hurt Coast or whatever.
Yeah.
But I ain't skip
I've
nobody.
heard a few nicknames.
I heard some nicknames. But you can't let what she can do for you jeopardize your business, your family that you've been with, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your wife. You can't let that ruin everything that you worked so hard for. So he dropped the ball in that area. I don't know the whole situation.
Right.
The revenge porn,
Yeah.
it's just something we don't do as men, It's certain things we don't do. Like, I don't like to disrespect a woman at all, intentionally.
Yeah.
A woman, some women I just don't do that. I get up and walk away before I don't.
Lala said maybe this marriage is his fresh new start. That's a good point, Lala. After everything he's been through, and maybe he prayed for a wife, and maybe he thought at some point that a wife like Sonny was out of his league, but as he leveled up, his options started to open up. Lala also said this is part about him annoyed me. Oh, this part about him annoyed you. She said his response was whack, just like the rest of the cast members. I mean, yeah, but his was a little bit better than theirs, but he could have said something better, especially since he's all about protecting his wife and, just like Dustin said, he could have came with a better response than, okay, Martell dropped the ball. Okay, that was whack.
Go to, I just don't.
Yeah.
I was raised by women who told me never to do that, so I never go too far. You got it. You won, you won, you got it. So well, I thought Martell was a, you know, good guy, but a couple of things that he have done show me that he's hurting. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know, he's hurting, you know. So I wish him the best, you know.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
want to know him like that, no more so Maurice more, you know.
Yeah.
He's hurting, so now you want to put him in the same category with Destiny, the victim? You know, I thought you didn't like that victim mentality. And Lala said he should have been firm about the revenge P.
I thought he was a good guy, but when I heard revenge porn, it's like, come on now.
Yeah, it's a different line. I asked that question because I remember in the conversation that you had with Maurice and Marceau, Martell's name came up, and I remember that you were vocal about there being a difference. Immediately when they brought his name up, you were like, okay, yeah, but we're different. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to just give you an opportunity to kind of expound on that and let people know how you were different. So again, because this is all about the perception from the fans and giving you an opportunity to kind of like tell your story in this space, in this conversation. So just wanted to give you a minute to kind of expound on that a little bit more for the fans, brother. But listen, I definitely appreciate your perspectives on all of this. Again, I think it was only fair that you got a chance to kind of just let us get to know you now that you're a part of this cast and we're seeing more of you. People have questions, man. So, all right, then, bro. Well, listen, is there anything that you want to say to the fans of the show, the viewers of the show, the audience before we get out of here? Anything you want to clear up or any just words that you want to offer to the audience as we move forward?
I just want the people to just get to know us, you know. I know y'all got your own opinions, but my wife is a genuine, caring person. I drop the ball, so I take full responsibility on being transparent about the cutting the relationship totally off, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just watch on the show. You know, we're gonna give you the real us. You know, this real life. This is not no made up storyline. This what it is. Unfortunately, it came about this way, but it's real, and we're gonna give you what we got. You know, and I appreciate you for having me on to get a chance to tell my side of the story, bro.
For sure, brother, man. I wish you guys the best, man. It was good.
All right. So, yes, Moses did a good job with this interview. He reeled us right back on in. But I had already kind of changed my perception of him when he did come up on the panel on Queen Sheba's Live. So he just really sealed the deal for me with this interview because the more Destiny does these interviews, I mean, you can just see that she's a big liar. And like he said, she likes to play the victim. Yes, Lala agrees. This was a great interview for Moses. So, yes. So, I'm feeling strongly about the relationship that he has with Sunny. I think they're both two entrepreneurs and just good people overall. So, I'm rooting for them. I'm really hoping that everything works out and, they can have some babies and have their big wedding and things like that. So, and I believe other than Melody, they're going to be the only ones on the show that's going to show their real life. So I'm also looking forward to that. Okay. So that is going to be all for this video. Unless somebody wants to come up on the panel, I will drop the link. But other than that, let me know how you think Moses did overall with this interview. And if you're watching the replay, drop in the comments and let me know what you think as well. Thank you so much, Lala, for dropping in on my video. Much love, girl. Love you down. Thank you so much, Lala. She said such a great live. And thank you so much again for joining. And that's going to be all for this video, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.